Hello there, welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk and my second day of the Alphabet Challenge. Please do check out the links below in the description to find out a bit more about what that is and to donate to the cause, trying to raise money for a women's refuge in Zambia. But yeah, Alphabet Challenge, this is the second day, so we're on to letter B. And the film that you guys voted for me to review was Black Death, which was released in 2010. It is directed by Christopher Smith, who also directed Severance, a film I like very much, Triangle and Creep. So yeah, very familiar with the horror genre. So this film is all about a group of knights who are sent to a town to basically root out a witch, a necromancer, and destroy them. And the reason that they believe there is a necromancer there is that all the surrounding towns are being kind of afflicted with the plague, the Black Plague, and they are not. So they want to know what's going on. So these knights, this group of knights, are led by Sean Bean's character. And along the way, they pick up this monk, played by Redmayne, and ask him to show them the way. So he's basically their guide to get them there. But he has ulterior motives because he's fallen in love with this woman that he intends to meet out in the forest on their travels. So yes, there you go. That's the story, basically. But is the film any good? Surprisingly, yes, it is. Now, I don't say surprisingly as a reflection of Christopher Smith, because I actually think he's made some pretty decent films. As I say, Severance is a film that I really had a blast with. Triangle is also a pretty effective horror film. And he even branched out into like children's family movie, Christmas movie with Get Santa, which I thought was all right. So yeah, he's a good director, I think. He's a reliable pair of hands. It's just, I think this is it's one of those films that I didn't really see a lot of at the cinema. In fact, I'm not even sure it got a cinema release over here. I'm sure it probably got a limited run somewhere. I don't know, but if it did, it certainly passed me by. It looked like one of those films that had just gone straight to DVD that starred Sean Bean, who's done a lot of kind of straight to DVD type stuff. So I just thought, yeah, I don't know. But I do like the actors that are in it, Sean Bean being one of them. That was no disrespect to Sean Bean. So yeah, I'm glad I gave it a shot because it's actually pretty decent. I would say it's kind of Silence, the Scorsese film Silence meets Midsummer. So if that's a prospect that entices you, that kind of floats your boat, check it out, because that's the best way I could describe it. Like when they finally get to the town, which I would say is probably one of my negatives, is that they do take a while to get there. Although saying that, it does set up a lot of things, a lot of character, and a lot of things that pay off later. So again, this, take that with a pinch of salt. But once they finally get to the town and stuff kicks off, I think, yeah, it goes places that perhaps I wasn't expecting it to go. And it does a very good job of constantly flip-flopping between are the men of faith, who are, even though the men of faith are quite bloodthirsty people, are they right? Or are the people in the town who may be getting up to some wacky things, are they right? Does God exist? Does he not? If he does exist, would he sanction this kind of behaviour? It asks a lot of questions. And I think we follow this main character played by Redmayne, this monk who's a man of God, who has faith, but he's kind of conflicted because he doesn't know if he should leave his monastery in pursuit of love for this woman, and he has to deal with that, and it's through this journey that he's kind of, he changes. He goes on a change. I won't say any more than that. But again, like I say, it raises questions about the validity of one's actions, and whether the cause kind of justifies the means, so to speak. But yeah, if you like that kind of movie that asks a lot of philosophical questions, religious questions, touches on those themes, then this is possibly a good film for you to watch. You may not like some of the answers that it provides. I think ultimately the film takes maybe a downward view on religion, certainly organised religion, but not I wouldn't say it was necessarily down on faith as such, but I think it looks at the ways in which religion can be twisted, turned, and can affect those who have been a part of it. I won't say any more than that. But no, I really like the cast. Eddie Redmayne does a really great job here, showing us this transformation that this character goes on. Sean Bean is fantastic, quite frankly, in this film, as this guy who has just this religious kind of fervour, this determination, this strong iron will, to go through hell and back in order to achieve his mission. So yeah, I also like John Lynch in this film. He kind of brings a lot of heart to the movie. I think Redmayne does too, but I think it's Lynch who is the member of the team that I think feels the most, who kind of thinks the most about what he's doing, about where they're going when they die. I think he's the one who maybe hasn't quite forgiven himself for some of the things he feels he's had to do and things like that. So I like his character. I also think Carice Van Houten, who plays the kind of the lead female of this town, this group, who may or may not be the necromancer. I think she does a really good job. There are times when she's quite creepy, and you kind of wonder, well, is she or isn't she? And there's certain things she says where, is she saying that because she's a necromancer, or is she saying that because she's actually... is it just coming across that way because we're wondering if she's a necromancer? So there's a lot of these kind of, are they not, will they, won't they, this, that and the other, kind of constantly flip-flopping, making you question where they're going, where the story's going. And I like that. I like constantly not knowing and being unsure of whose side you're supposed to be on. So yeah, really good film, very well handled. There's a few action sequences where it's very shaky cam, very all over the place, and you just keep the damn camera still, will you? So I did see the behind the scenes documentary afterwards on the film, and there was a moment in that where Sean Bean himself says that some of the sword work they were doing on this film, some of the fight stuff they were doing on the film, was some of the best he'd ever been involved in. Now, whether that's just hyperbole for the making of, in order to get people excited, I don't know. Probably, most likely, but certainly there was no evidence of that on screen, because you couldn't really see sometimes a lot of what was going on because the camera was just all over the place. So if that is the case, if that was some of the best sword work and fighting that Sean Bean's been a part of, that's actually quite a shame because we didn't get to see it. Other than that, given the budget and given the fact that I really didn't expect anything from this film, I was pleasantly surprised, and I rather enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. But please let me know what your thoughts are on it. If you've seen it, do you like the film? Does the religious element just put you off, as I'm sure it does with many? But no, comment below, let me know your thoughts on it. Do also check out the links for the charity, which is why I'm doing this whole alphabet challenge thing to begin with. Please donate if you can. If you can't, share this video, let more people see it, let more people be aware of what I'm trying to do so that they might be able to donate. Any help you can give, even if it's just clicking the like, clicking the thumbs up button down below. But yeah, thank you for watching, and until tomorrow, cracking.